everyone, and happy Easter. My name is Julia Marsh, and I'm so pumped about what we are going to be doing today. Before we get started, there's only one thing you need to know, that Easter Jam is for everyone in your family. So maybe you've got some teenagers, some little ones, some in between. Easter Jam is for everyone, and we're so excited about all the games that we're going to be doing and the lesson that we're going to be learning as well. So, adults, buckle up. This Easter is going to be done like never before. So no matter who you are, Easter Jam is for you. The only way not to have fun is if you don't participate. So look around. Is anyone missing in your family? If not, if they are missing, hit pause the button and go get them now. We're getting ready in 3, 2, 1.
Easter, a time for fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies. And then there are the weird parts of Easter, like fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies, which is interesting. But what does all this stuff have to do with Easter? And if this holiday is about more than candy and wearing uncomfortable clothes to church and lunch with your relatives, what makes Easter happy?
Okay, so hear me out. There's only two kinds of people in the world. People who love marshmallows and people like me who aren't huge fans of them. So let's see how your family feels about them. Show me a thumbs up if you love to eat marshmallows or a thumbs down if you don't. Okay. There's lots of different people and opinions out there. No matter how you feel about eating marshmallows, you're going to love this game. Your family is going to have a face-off of the greatest marshmallow jousting competition of all time. I'm going to explain how it works, and then I'll tell you when to start. First, divide the room into 2 teams. Next, take 2 marshmallows and assign them to a team. So, if you don't have any marshmallows, that's all right. You can be creative and find something else. So how it's going to work is Team A gets marshmallow A, and Team B gets marshmallow B. You can come up with cooler names like Lord Sugar Coat or Lord Sprinkles. You get the idea. You can also use a marker to put smiley faces on them, grumpy faces on them, whatever you choose. You can draw a mustache on your marshmallow or give them some mean eyebrows or a fancy outfit. Let your creative juices flow. Next, you're going to need to prepare your marshmallows for a battle. So what you're gonna do is you are going to stick a toothpick into each of your marshmallows, like a joust or a lightsaber or a sword. Just depends on how serious your family competition is. Then you are going to make sure that the toothpick is facing towards the other marshmallow. Then you're going to place the 2 marshmallows on a microwavable plate. No social distancing here necessary. You want your marshmallows to be close together and facing one another. Family, time for the big event. Gather around and put the plate in the microwave, setting for the timer of about 45 seconds. You won't let it run that long. In fact, don't let it go that long. Then you're going to press start. Watch at a safe distance until the marshmallows drop their toothpick sabers and they touch one another. The toothpick that touches the other marshmallow first wins. As soon as this happens, you're going to want to stop the microwave. Trust me on this one, families. Okay, it's time to settle this thing for sure. Don't forget to snap a pic of the finishing photo that you have. It's go time. Press pause now, and I'm gonna wait here for you. How did it go? Who won? I want pictures. Post them with a hashtag of EasterJam2020. Now I'll have to admit, this was more fun than I thought. When I did it at home, my marshmallows melted a little bit, but that's all right. Ready for another game? Put down your plate of marshmallows. For this one, you're going to need a laundry basket and lots of socks. Doesn't matter if they're dirty or clean, just make sure that your socks have a match. Now the key word here is match. Make sure that they have a match. If you need to go grab those, you can press pause and I'll explain the rest of the game later. Got your basket and socks? Great. Now choose 2 people to play. You'll also need 2 people who are going to be scorekeepers. To get started, dump all of your socks on one side of the room and then put your basket on the other side of the room. And don't worry, those socks are going to make their way to the baskets real soon. Then you're going to place the basket on the other side, and when I say go, players will grab a sock and go through the pile to find the matching one. And then you're going to roll the socks together in the shape of a ball or like an Easter egg. And then you're going to toss the socks into your basket, just like I showed you. The player with the most sock eggs in the basket at the end of the timer wins. If you don't have a scorekeeper to help you count, you'll have to keep up with the number in your head. That means everyone's on the honor system. Parents, I'm looking at you. Okay, if you need to press pause to get everything and everyone positioned for the game, I'll wait here. Everybody ready? Great. We're putting a 1-minute timer on the clock. The Easter egg throwdown is happening in 3, 2, 1, and go! Families, come back over here. Who won? Okay, that was wild. Whoever won gets socks. Just kidding. Adults, make sure that whoever won the challenge gets a special treat today. Maybe one of those marshmallows, or maybe not. I hope that you're having some fun so far. We're celebrating Easter today, and if you don't know the whole story of Easter, that's okay. Today, we're going to talk about what makes today more special than any other day. But before we get there, I know that you have a lot of family and friends that you wish that you were celebrating with, and we wish that you were celebrating with. But we have something special that you can do. What you're going to do is you can press pause on the video and wish your peeps Happy Easter. So maybe that's calling them, sending them a text message, or going outside and saying hi to those around you. Okay, so I got lots of texts today, which is super special, saying Happy Easter. Even though we're celebrating it a little bit differently than we have before, that's okay. Easter is still happy. And that's not just because we get marshmallows, or we get to play games, or because we get chocolate Easter bunnies in our basket. Although those things are really awesome, it's happy because of what happened thousands of years ago at the first Easter. It's the world's most powerful story, and yet it is so simple. So simple that it can be told with your laundry and some baskets.
In the beginning, God created everything. He formed people in His very own image. But then, we turned away from God. Sin entered the world, like a dark stain. Still, God loved us so deeply that He made a plan to rescue us. At just the right moment, God sent His very own Son, Jesus, to live among us. Jesus healed hearts, and minds, and bodies. Thousands gathered to hear Him teach. Instead of giving lots of new rules, Jesus turned things upside down by making it simple. Love God, love others. After 3 years of traveling and teaching, Jesus and His disciples entered Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast. Huge crowds gathered to welcome Him. But while the crowds cheered for Jesus, the religious leaders made plans to arrest Him. He was turning their world upside down, and they wanted Him gone. As Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with his friends, he told them that he would be leaving, but would return. His friends didn't understand. That night, one of Jesus' followers, Judas, led soldiers to arrest him. The religious leaders gave Jesus a fake trial and then sent him to Pilate, the Roman governor, who could have him killed. Pilate found Jesus had broken no law and tried to release him. But a mob called for Jesus to be killed. Pilate gave in and handed Jesus over to the Roman soldiers. Jesus was forced to carry the heavy beams of his own wooden cross. On a hill called Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the rough wood. The soldiers and people who passed by laughed and mocked him. But from the cross, Jesus asked God to forgive them. Finally, Jesus called out, "It is finished." Then he died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. Even the soldiers cried, "Surely he was the Son of God." One of Jesus' followers took his body and placed it in a tomb cut from the rock. A huge stone blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends were devastated. They had believed that Jesus was the one God promised, the one who would rescue them, but now he was gone. Their whole world had turned upside down. Jesus' friends stayed hidden in fear for 3 days. But early Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, a close friend of Jesus, hurried to the tomb. She planned to anoint Jesus' body with special spices. As Mary neared the tomb, she saw the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty. Mary turned to see a man standing near. She didn't recognize him until he said, "Mary." It was Jesus, alive. Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. Instead, go to those who believe in me." Jesus, God's Son, became like us to lay down his life. Through God's power, he defeated death for all of us, and sin was washed away. One day, he's promised to return, so we can live with him forever.
Wow, I hear that story every single Easter, and it always amazes me. I mean, God sent Jesus to the world to remind me that he is greater than anything that can go wrong in the world. The simple fact that Jesus came back to life is proof to me that I can face anything bad that happens. I like to think about it in this way. I can because Jesus is alive. I can keep loving because Jesus is alive. I can be brave because Jesus is alive. And I can have hope because Jesus is alive. Here's an idea. Take a few minutes to add this to the list of things that you can do because Jesus is alive. Answer this question as a family. How would you feel in blank? I can because Jesus is alive. Pause the video, and while you discuss, when you're finished, meet me back here. Awesome. I love conversations like these because remembering what God has done in the past helps me to trust him in what's going on in my life right now. I hope that's true for you too, and I hope that you get to spend the rest of the day making happy memories with your family. To get you started, here's one last challenge. For this one, you're gonna need to decide who is better at using technology and who can move things around. Maybe it's your parent, maybe it's your aunt, maybe it's your brother or sister. Either way, decide who that person is. Got it? Awesome. As soon as this video is over, I want you to go outside and take a family Easter photo. Maybe it's in your PJs, or maybe it's in another outfit. And in that photo, make a serious face, a silly face, whatever that you choose to do. And then I want you to share it to our social media and hashtag it EasterJam2020. Maybe now more than ever, this is a time to celebrate Easter and remember God's faithfulness and the hope that He gives us in Jesus. After all, that's what makes Easter so happy. Bye!
The greatest day in history. Death is beating, you have rescued me. Sing it out, Jesus is alive. The empty cross, the empty grave, life eternal, you have won the day. Shout it out, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same. Forever I'm changed. I'll never be the same. When I stand in that place, realize meeting face to face. I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. In this joy, perfect peace, earthly pain finally will cease. Celebrate